First this afternoon, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is going to be updating the state on the COVID-19 pandemic and response. We have more on what we're expecting to learn. That, of course, topping our news here at noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Kasame. Coronavirus cases here in our state continue to climb, and many hospitals are becoming overwhelmed. You might remember on Monday, the CDC director said that the right step for Michigan is to shut down again. Governor Gretchen Whitmer saying that vaccines are the right response. We're going to hear from the White House Coronavirus Task Force in just a moment, but let's take a look at the numbers for you right now. The United States has passed 31,350,000 coronavirus cases with more than 563,000 deaths from the virus. Now, we are expecting new state case totals this afternoon. And at 2 p.m., Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan will be discussing the alarming increase in COVID-19 hospitalizations, as well as talking new strategies to get more Detroiters vaccinated. And then just an hour later at 3 p.m., Governor Whitmer will update the state on the COVID-19 pandemic and response. So let's send things out to our Rob Maloney. He has been following this for us, and you're going to be asking the governor some pretty tough questions this afternoon. What can we expect, and do we expect her to follow the advice of the experts?
Well, Evrod, as it stands right now, the governor has been saying the same thing for the past few days now, which is that we're in a different moment now. Even though we are getting to that point where there is a curve to be flattened, we've got hospital beds full, she is saying we're at a different place now. We know how to flatten the curve, and it doesn't require shutdowns. That's what she's been saying. But it's actually at 2:30, she's going to be holding a press conference this afternoon where she'll be taking questions and talking about this situation. And there are a number of things that we want to get from her. First of all, her thoughts now, at least since Monday, on the COVID numbers rising. We're hearing that it's getting to be crisis level. A lot of hospitals are at 100%, and some people wondering why we haven't shut down. Now, the CDC wants Michigan shut down. The governor's not going there. And even though the governor is saying that she wants to vaccinate her way out of this problem, the CDC is saying that that can't happen. They have said that it's going to take about 6 weeks to be able to get this down, and vaccinations aren't going to be in place soon enough to handle that problem. And so we have the question, what is different now? What is, behind all of this? Now, there are some in Lansing who believe that the governor is doing this because her favorability numbers are now below 50%, and that's causing her concern for a possible re-election bid. In the meantime, pandemic fatigue also appears to be a problem. There are very few restaurants that have no people in them, and if you've spent any time around Michigan over the last week or so, even after the governor asked everybody to not eat inside a restaurant, you can find many people doing that. And then, of course, there's another issue that many people have questions about. It's the migrant children that are now being housed in Michigan over in Albion, and she has talked a little bit about that, but there are people who want to hear more information about it. So much anticipation about what the governor is going to be saying today and whether she is going to change her tune on this situation, knowing that it has gotten to a crisis level. And so we'll be on that call at 2:30, and the governor also has an event at 1 o'clock where she'll be talking, and we'll be monitoring that as well. And so depending on what comes from that, we'll certainly have full details coming up on Local 4 News at 4, 5, and 6. Reporting live in West Bloomfield, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, thank you. And we should point out that the governor has now changed that press conference to happen at 3 p.m., and you can watch it live right here on Local 4 and on clickondetroit.com.